Big shout out to the Detroit Highwaymen taking care of business over at that No Kings rally in Detroit. You can see the video on Instagram. There is a large crowd disturbance at the El Diablos Motorcycle Club, and also Hellboy, who is a symbol of the pagan nation, said Edwin Torres, a special agent with the New York, or not New York, New Jersey State Commission, says he is back. We're going to be talking about all this kind of stuff coming up right now on Insane.
Rev it up, feel the roar, hit the road, let's explore. Insane Throttle bringing news by James Hollywood Mason Carey. Engine scream, we ride free. Truth and grit for you and me. From the streets to your screen. Biker news, the real scene.
If you haven't seen, the Detroit Highwaymen Motorcycle Club out in Detroit taking care of business at that so-called protest, if you will, kind of like, ooh, in my freaking head right now. Anyway, it is up over on Instagram as well as our Facebook page. And so far, our TikTok is still up. Yes, so go over there and check us out on TikTok as well. It's up for now. We usually get hit a lot on that one. Also, let's get going here. Los Diablos Motorcycle Club investigation. This out of KETV, Channel 7, ABC. Take it for what it is. Omaha police investigate large crowd disturbance this past Saturday morning. It looks like, let's see here, they responded to a large crowd disturbance at the Los Diablos Motorcycle Club. I guess the KETV was on scene a little after 4:30 a.m., and they got video from the club. Officers, it says, responded to the scene after a walk-in shooting victim arrived at Creighton University Medical Center just after 3 a.m. I guess this was a 22-year-old male who was driven to the hospital in a private vehicle, and his injuries are non-life-threatening. That is a good thing. Investigators discovered shell casings, firearm, and live rounds near Los Diablos Motorcycle Club. During the investigation, an intoxicated driver nearly struck an officer before being arrested for DUI. Police say the walk-in victim is stable but was uncooperative. Okay, what is with this DUI thing? Why was that like just thrown in there? I have no clue on that one. And the investigation remains ongoing. So on that one, that is all the information that they're putting out on this Los Diablos. It says motorcycle club investigation, but it really don't go into anything. Now, big story now, the return of Hellboy. This coming out of MSN. Actually, they took it from NJ.com, NewJersey.com. Alex Napolitano, the return of Hellboy. And I don't know if that's him right there in, the mask and all that stuff. I don't know how that's why I say take it for a grain of salt. It goes on to give this big story about him, and they, if you're going after the New Jersey Crime Commission, they're just as bad as the Chicago Crime Commission. They'll make stuff up out of the air. Let me tell you that. It goes on to say the camera was trained on the mourners as they came to pay their respects. They had gathered in Vinland to bid farewell to Geraldo Slola Fontaine, a longtime member of the Pagans Outlaw Motorcycle Club. And law enforcement was watching, capturing images of everyone who showed up. That's when a stocky, they're going into this freaking BS crap. That's when a stocky man with tattoo sleeves, long goatee came walking in. to the funeral home wearing a black Pagans t-shirt that read New Jersey Madness. It seemed a legendary Pagans exile cast out by the club had been welcomed back. Hellboy had returned. Like I said, a New Jersey Crime Commission. Yeah, they're just like the Chicago Crime Commission. They're buttheads. The resurgence of Hellboy, one of the Pagans' most notorious members, leaves law enforcement agents wondering what exactly this means at a pivotal time for the outlaw bikers. Or maybe he was just there to pay his respects. You think? Quote, Hellboy is the symbol of the pagan nation, said Edwin Torres, a special agent with the New Jersey State Commission of Investigation. Referring to Durandi by his nickname, he was a huge part of the pagan culture. He was the go-to guy, well-liked and respected. I guess it goes on to say he was repatched into the Pagans in late May. Nobody knows this for sure. After 3 years of inactivity, sources tell ANJ Advanced Media. Sources, okay, here we go with the unnamed source stuff. I hate unnamed source stuff because now you're just picking it out of the thin air. That's basically all you're doing is picking it out of thin air. Until you say some sources, then you know what? I don't believe you. I think that's the way everybody should think. The Pagans' top brass kicked out Durandi in the fall of 2022 after he punched then National Vice President Philip Broadway Rook in the face. Okay, how do you know that? Unless there was an informant there or undercover. Nobody knows that. He had his official Pagans Club vest, referred to the biker world as a member's colors, blah, blah, blah. It goes, there's just this big article. Then it goes in the Zorro, the current national VP, and they're trying to say that he approached him in early May about returning. According to law enforcement sources who spoke on the condition and unlimited. Oh, okay. Yeah. Somebody's in there because they were not authorized to speak to the public. Law enforcement sources. Oh my God. Come on. And I guess, here's where they're really beefing stuff up. And this is where you got to watch out. He rejoins the Pagans facing threats from rival outlaw motorcycle groups. Then they go into name it. And then they're talking about the uncertainty within the group about what happens now that the former president Conan's out of prison. He took off over the club by force. They don't know that. Then they go into more and more and more about this. This is something that is laid out by the cops because there's no way the NJ.com news media would be able to come up with a lot of this stuff. This is cop stuff. It goes into 3,000 members nationwide and on and on and on and on. But yeah, you could tell this was law enforcement putting this out there because there's just too much information that I know damn well that this news organization couldn't have gotten. It's pretty, silly if you ask me, with how they do stuff. Just feed it is what it is, man. Oh my goodness gracious. We got one more story that we're going to go into right now. And that is, if you have any of these, Harley Davidson recalls 82,000 bikes over risk of tire damage. Defect is, I guess, in the rear shock preload adjuster. And this came out from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Let's see here. It primarily affects 2018 to 24 Softails. If you got anything like that, get them in. Includes models like the FLDE 2018 through 2019, FLHCS, the 2018 to 2024, FLHC, again, 2018 to 2021, FH or FXLRS 20 to 24, FXLRST 22 to 24, FLHCS AB or ANB 2018 2023, and finally FXRST 2022. They're saying Harley Davidson dealers will be replacing a bracket on these bikes free of charge to fix the issue. Now, according to that, as of this day, is not reported any injuries or fatalities related to the issues. Some vehicles under the recall were previously repaired under another recall that there was out there. But again, 82,000 bikes under recall. So get them out there and get them fixed if you got them model years. Anyway, don't forget to join the members only club and buy the book, man. Power and Betrayal and Brotherhood and Betrayal, available over on Amazon right now, baby. Rock. Join the insanity by becoming a member of the Insane Throttle Club. Get hundreds of members only videos and hundreds of hours of members only content. We have 3 affordable levels: hang around, prospect, and full patch. Each level help forth each channel and all of our biker content. Get content of interviews with the who's who in the motorcycle and biker lifestyle scene. Subscribe on the Insane Throttle YouTube channel now and get access to the members only today and become part of the insanity.
Rev up for some raw, unfiltered world of motorcycle clubs in Power and Betrayal by James Hollywood Machikari. This gripped and true life memoir exposes the brotherhood, betrayal, and brutal risk of biker life with death, prison, and shattered dreams. Follow Machikari's journey as the loyalty turns toxic in a world of roaring engines and outlaw codes. Perfect for the biker culture and true crime fans. This is a real story. Grab your copy today.